Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in to check out this video. This is a subterranean southern yellow jacket nest that I removed from a client's house in Morgantown, Pennsylvania. Here's the video. Check it out. Alright, so guys, this is a southern yellow jacket nest, and it's a subterranean nest, which this particular species will nest either in cavities, aerially, or in the ground. So here come the numbers. So they actually started swarming on their own. I wasn't even at the site at this point. I had just set up my cameras, and they didn't like the fact that my cameras were around their entranceway. Wasps in general are very, very observant, and they will identify objects that are nearby their nest that weren't there before. So in this case, this is the backyard of a customer's house, and it was just completely flat. There was like nothing around. There's no trees, there's no sheds, nothing. So the fact that I had my camera set up there, they really didn't like that. So they started swarming pretty much before I even got there. So you'll see I tap on the hole, or I tap on the where I think the nest is, and not a whole heck of a lot come out because they're already swarming. As you can kind of see them whizzing by the lens. So now I'm just getting up some better angles for my shots, and holding the vacuum in place with my black flag. No, I'm not advertising. I'm not affiliated with them by any means. They don't pay me any money, so I just like their product. So something I keep getting in the comments in some of my other videos, and typically when it's ground nest related, people assume that I spray the comb with the black flag. I do not spray the comb with the black flag and then feed it to my girls. I really wish people would stop asking me that. If you do see something that looks like that, it's just an optical illusion with how my camera's set and the distance between in between there where I spray the black flag. It's not actually getting on the comb. If you see any shots like that, it's just an optical illusion as to where the camera's placed as to where I'm spraying. I use the black flag since it's like a misting, fogging spray. I use it on swarms, so like when they're flying around outside, I'll spray it in the air and they fly through it and get it on them, and then they drop to the ground, and then I vacuum them up. Another misconception about when I do these ground nests is people ask how come I'm letting so many of them go and they're going to fly away. They do not fly away. These things are like homing pigeons. They cannot call somewhere else home. They'll just simply call this home. So when they do fly out, what you're not seeing on camera is that they're just flying around me. They're not like flying off and, oh, screw this, I'm going to go find another house. It's not like that at all. They literally will fly around me and then either eventually go back to the hole and get vacuumed up, or at the very end when I'm done the removal, if they're still flying around, I just hit them with the fogging black flag away from the comb, and then that battens down the numbers. So at this point here, I'm just trying to get as many out as I can, since I thought maybe they just weren't coming out of the hole. So I figured put the vacuum nozzle actually in the hole, and that would really stir them up, and then whoever's inside of there still would just get fired up enough to just come out. But yeah, so there just weren't as many foragers and guards anymore, because I had got so many of them out before I even came here to start vacuuming. So first thing I always do when it comes to subterranean nests is I locate the sound as to where I think the nest is. So I just tap on the ground, and you can hear a significant sound difference. There's like a very solid ground is a very hard, deadening sound, but the hitting right over the top of the nest, you can hear the very distinct dunk dunk sound, and that's what I listen for. So 90% of these removals, regardless of whether they're inside, in an attic, in a cavity, in a wall, or in the ground, I rely on my ears. I listen for the nest, I listen for the very distinct sounds of the nest, and then in this case, like, I listen for the pounding sound to have a very distinct sound to it, to know where to dig. I have yet to not get a nest. I have yet to not find a nest, knock on wood. So anytime someone calls me and they hire me to do a removal, I always leave their house with a nest. So at this point, I just start excavating out as little bits at a time. I try not to just go and just rip right into the nest, because for that reason right there, there's still some in the nest that are going to be flying out when I do open up, and I don't really want to get swarmed because that's just more that I have to spray, and I really don't like spraying the black flag if I can help it. So the more that I can keep just going right into the vacuum, the better for, just in my opinion, for the style of removal that I do. So you'll see that this, if you guys have noticed, if you guys are frequent to my channel, you'll notice that the ground nests that I remove are typically eastern yellowjacket, and eastern yellowjacket have a very distinct, very brownish, tannish envelope. And you'll see here that the southern yellowjacket has a very distinct gray envelope, just like a bald-faced hornet, or a Dolicha vespula arenaria, or even a German yellowjacket. All yellowjacket species, or all three of them are yellowjacket species. So these guys are very similar in how they structure their nests. And southern yellowjackets are known to be a parasite species of yellowjacket, so they'll actually fly. The queen will actually fly later in the season after an eastern yellowjacket had already started her subterranean nest, and she'll go in and take over, and she'll kill the queen, and then she'll start laying her eggs in the cells, and the original eastern yellowjacket queen's workers won't even take notice. They'll just adopt that queen as their own, and you'll see at the end of the season that the nest has two different structures to it. It has a very distinct eastern yellowjacket and a very distinct southern yellowjacket. So oftentimes when I crack open these ground nests, and I've had a handful of them be both eastern and southern yellowjacket structures. But this particular nest, this was all 100% southern yellowjacket. It's not there's no finite, there's no absolute. It's not like that they're only parasitic or that they're only individualistic. They do both. So just depending on the situation. Obviously, it's easier for the queen to start off with some other colony have already done most of the work, but this one was completely 100% on her own with her own colony. So it's a decent sized nest from the ground, not a massive one, but it's a good size. And actually, you can see how there's the weird shape to the bottom of it, and that weird shape is because in the hole there was actually two massive rocks. So you talk about horrible luck for that queen choosing that spot, because those rocks were in the way of making that nest any bigger.
Always ask for her. There she is. There's the queen.
And she is absolutely humongous. And notice that even though she's a yellow jacket, she got a lot of orange on her, but that doesn't make her not a yellow jacket, as we've talked about bald-faced hornets. Very pretty colors on her. But I love those stripes on her back, on her thorax.
They literally could not dig down any further. There's two huge rocks right here. So they went as far as they could. But they dug it all out. It's pretty incredible. These guys were outside last night. It got mighty cold. So hopefully they're pretty chill in there. I definitely don't need any angry wasps in here. Have a suit or gloves on. These are workers. That's a male. As these girls and guys start warming back up, they're going to start getting a little bit anxious to figure out who I am, that's for sure. So we're not going to give them that opportunity. Try to get them outside. Get them outside of the chickens. Yeah, you guys really dodged a bullet this morning. Poor Ginger and your molting. Hey, Ginger. Hey, Ginger. Poor Ginger. Oh, Tigers. Your name is Kawaii Blue. Hey, Tigers. Hey, Tigers. Oh, Tigers. What a good Tigers. You guys better stay out of sight, because that hawk is going to get what's coming to him. Is that a yummy Cheez-It? Squirrely squirrel? Thank you for burying that Cheez-It on my shoulder. This is huge. It's the biggest numbers I've ever done on this channel. I hope you guys are ready for this. I wasn't ready for this. That's for sure. Let's get it out. There it is. There it is. Yeah. Can't hide from me. That's for sure. Come on out. Come on out. Oh, that's a big one. Wow. I got all of it for now. So let's see what's inside. Oh. Well, like all of my removals, I got my handy pry bar to pry it open. Wow. Oh. I don't know if anybody knows
what this is. $100,000 subscribers, silver play button. No, folks, I didn't pull this out of the wall, but I am extremely grateful. Thanks to all of you who have subscribed to my channel and have supported me since November when I started this thing. It's just been probably just about a year, and I'm already to 100,000 subscribers. Thanks to you guys supporting my content and encouraging me to improve and constantly persevere with this channel. Thank you guys so much, and thanks for tuning in and checking out this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.